Hi, I'm Carol Berglund and welcome to my YouTube channel. I do acrylic pour paintings on this channel. I do other paintings as well, but this YouTube channel is specifically for acrylic pour paintings. Please watch, you might find it very informative and fun. And if you like what you see, give me a like, share it, and subscribe. It's free.
Hi, Carol Berglund here with Carol's Art Creations. So I wanted to show you this finished picture, and this one I did struggle with during the record of creating this picture. I did something wrong and lost the frames of where I tilted it off. Sorry about that. I'm out here in my backyard because I wanted to come in closer. Hopefully the camera will pick up these metallic properties. I'm just going to go to one of these corners in real close, and hopefully you can see some of this. You can also see the heart-shaped cells that I helped create by running my bamboo skewer through the cells to kind of divide them and give them that little heart shape. It also makes them look leafy and viney-like. So I've named this one Magical Vines or Mystic Vines. I have to go see what I named it. But anyway, it turned out well. You have to really be able to see the metallic glint in the paint to fully appreciate it. I hope the camera picks that up. Also, when I went to varnish this one, I had a little mishap. It didn't take the varnish because of the OGX hair serum. You really have to clean that off well. So I saw the varnish pool, and then I wound up using some odorless mineral spirits to clear the varnish off. That seemed to clean the oil out of the OGX hair conditioner, and then I varnished it again with another layer, so I think it turned out okay. I've got my canvas out here kind of filtering in the wind. So anyway, this is the finished product. It really did turn out good. I may resin it later to cover up some of the edges where if you hold it horizontally you can see the first coat from the second coat. There's a real fine line there, but it's not noticeable straight on. Anyway, I enjoyed making this one, and definitely tune in and let's do some more. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. So tonight I'm going to do a pour, and I'm going to use this nice artist loft, and that is a 14 by 18 or 35.5 centimeters times 45.7 centimeters. The only way I know that is it's written here. I really like this artist loft canvas, and I like the paints too. But this canvas is really nice because it's got the nice rounded corners. So it's easy because the paint can just kind of roll over instead of the corners that sometimes just catch and then it pools and then it drips. So I do appreciate that. And I like the way they've tucked it round. And so to prepare tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tape off this wood part and then diagonal tape the corners and then put push pins in it. And then we're going to decide what kind of pour we want to do, and we'll see how it goes. Hi, so I'm back with you. So I've got everything ready. I think in the previous segment I showed you how I mixed all my colors. I had a white satin enamels already pre-mixed, and this is a nice white paint by Saks Heavy Body, and I've mixed a little chalk paint in it as well as the Americana Decor satin enamels. I couldn't find the white, so I mixed it with a little bit of beige, so it's actually an off-white. I have prepared my canvas. I have spritzed the back with water. It's nice and taut, ready to go. I've taped off the back, installed my giant push pins, and I'm thinking today what I'd like to do is a funnel pour. I will do a cup layered with colors. I'll put down some base coat, and then I'll pour colors in and move it around as I pour it in, tilt it off, and hopefully I'll create a masterpiece. So let me get started. by putting on my gloves. This paint, even when I try to mix them in the cup, they get drops and a spill and it gets everywhere. Also, you want to check your level. It's a little bit off on this side. So I'll put like a half a popsicle stick in there. And it's pretty level. Doesn't have to be completely exact, but you do want it fairly level so that your paints will be even. You don't want it running to one side more than the other. And if you missed the beginning of my promo, I'm Carol Berglund with Carol's Art Creations. And I am going to pour down an acrylic pour. It's going to be a funnel pour. So let me just lay some of this white out. The satin enamels is supposed to be something that makes cells. It actually makes these cloud-like formations. So I hope I get a little of that bleeding through. I do want to put down a lot. So I want to cover this so it slides real easily. Invest in one of these little tools. I think this is one of these little cheap things from Home Depot or Walmart, can't remember. But it's for spreading drywall. Comes in 3 sizes. Actually, I bought the pack that's got 3 of them. And they're real handy for sliding your paint. It's good to kind of go over the edge too. So I got into acrylic pour painting actually a couple months ago. I was painting landscapes and flowers and checking out YouTube artists and the different methodologies, and I came across this pour painting, and it's like, wow, you can create multiple paintings in a day. You're painting a portrait. Usually it takes a lot longer and you may spend a couple days painting it. You have to plan because there are times you have to finish with acrylic paint because the acrylic paint will dry and you'll no longer be able to blend your other paints together. Blending is a big part of making a realistic looking painting. With the acrylic pour painting, you just never know what you'll get. So unique, so quick. It's good for people who just don't have the patience and just really want something nice. Right now, I think it's all the rage. Okay, so I've got that covered. You don't have to be exactly perfect. And the reason why is we're going to tilt this later. One of the things is I've made sure that my paints seem to have the right consistency. And that consistency is when you, excuse me, when you stir it and lift it and do a little ring, it makes a ring that it sinks in. It's nice and fluid. It's kind of like warm honey. So I'm gonna tilt this just a bit. I'm not such a great cake spreader that I spread the frosting perfectly. If you have that ability, you will do great with the acrylic pour painting. That's a little smoother. I'm seeing it kind of smooth out on the top. Let me go over here to this corner. Yep, just got this corner over here. Come on, paint. Don't give me a hassle. There's that popsicle stick I put underneath the push pin on that side because for some reason it wasn't reading quite level. My table's level, I promise you, because we tested it. Okay, that's a little bit more level. I'll smooth out some of those lines and ridges. Got a little bit right here, but I don't have to worry about it because I've got lots of paint. I'm just smearing the sides right here. Actually, that looks like it's lifted now. Okay, let me wipe my hands off. Keep paper towel close by. You're gonna really use the paper towel. Or you could get a nice damp rag if you don't want to burn through a lot of paper towel. And when I do use a damp rag, and I do like the microfiber cloths that you can buy in the cleaning supply aisle. I'm mostly at Walmart, but I mean you could find it in drugstores, grocery stores, anywhere you shop. Okay. So I'm going to layer up my cup. I've taken this cup and I've squirted it with WD-40. And then I took my paper towel and I wiped it out real good. This doesn't really make sales, at least it doesn't for me. I'm told if you use the WD-40 with silicone, it will. But it's mostly just to get the paint to release so it's not as messy. Easier cleanup. So I think I'm going to start with the blue. And I think I will do this color. This is the Aqua Pearlescence color. That sunk and it looked like it blended. The idea is to have them, oh, that one's sinking too. Okay, I didn't expect that. A little bit of yellow. Probably because I didn't pour it down the spout. But since it's sunken to the bottom, let's just follow suit. See what we get here. Okay, so I think I have plenty of paint. This will be interesting. I didn't expect the paints to sink like that, and I didn't know I had that much blue. Okay, so let's just go with it. It's already in the cup and I don't want to waste it. I'm just going to put down like a little pool of white. And I'm going to make some ringy circles. Just splash some paint down any way you want to. That's cool. So I'm going to hold my funnel, and it's a small funnel, so I'm going to maybe start over here and just fill this up. Try not to trip on my painting. Okay, so I'm just going to pull it up slightly. Kind of trying to stay mostly in that poured pool. And I'm just swirling this up and down and around. some of this color is sinking underneath that white. And that's what I want. I want to tilt it and then see if we get a masterpiece. All right, let me pour this again. Fill my funnel back up. And really let the color out. Guess I'm a little impatient. But the good news is I'm seeing more than just blue come out, so that's a good thing. And on a painting like this, I may end up with some negative space. That's where some of the corners stay white. Sometimes I like that, sometimes I don't. Oops, I dipped my hand into the color over here. I'm starting to see some cells forming. Try to come out in a wider pattern to scatter this out here. I got a couple little drips here. If you do happen to drip on the painting, just don't worry about it. We're going to tilt it off and it'll be part of the design. And that's what's so great about this, is you can't really mess it up. It's just all abstract. Oops, looks like it's going to run off on that side. I really don't want it to run off too much. I'm going to tilt it back this way just a bit. So I'm just kind of scraping this along and lifting a little bit and letting it pour out. Coming up here more toward the corners a bit. Get just a bit more, get a little color out toward this corner. Still dragging out some of the magenta, that's good. Didn't know any was left in the bottom. I guess that's what happens when it sinks all the way. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, well, first of all, I'm going to scrape this to keep it from running so bad. I'm going to let this sit for a bit. I see some cells forming. I don't want to torch it just yet. I want to give it the time it needs to kind of sit and, well, like I've talked before, you let foods marinate, you let chicken salad, potato salad sit, you let the paint sit, so all that stuff that wants to bubble up and gradually meander, give it time to spread out. And so I am going to stop the recording. Okay, so I've let this sit and I loving the cells. I put a little bit more silicone on it, and then I took a bamboo skewer. And some of these are big. If you drag through the center, it can make a heart-like shape. I didn't do it through all of them, but some of them I did. Like right here. I guess it's easier to see if I do one. Let me do this one. So if you just drag through the center a little bit, it gives it ever so slight heart-looking shape. And you can tell by that one. So much different than when we last left off. And I'm hoping that I recorded it all because this is a GoPro and it's voice activated. So I have to be careful what I say so that I don't invoke a command prematurely. But anyway, so I'm really loving this much better with big cells, because I like cells and some people don't like it as much, but I'm liking this one, and so definitely I'm keeping this. Anyway, thank you, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye. GoPro, stop recording.